about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skilled by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden, Barrett, and an early touch and an excellent...
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello, viewers out there, and you're welcome to the midweek episode of Sports Orbit, with you from Leadership TV. My name is Afa Acho. Salifu Usman is right here with me. And Salifu, incidentally, today happens to be the 1-year anniversary of this show.
Yeah, see how the life move fast. It's gradually we are up there. This is exactly 1 year. And it's good. So, viewers, thank you for your support and to be with us for all these 1 years. And as we move into the second years, we will hope to improve and to give you better and better, make it better and better. We can't stop less.
All right, so with that, we begin straight from the home front, and I was talking about the NFF elections, where the federal government and stakeholders kick against as Pinnick writes FIFA for tenure extension, with the September 2022 already billed as the scheduled month for elections into the NFF. Have quite been palpable for a while now. Combustion gases has it that the current board of the NFF, led by Amadou Pinnick, have made a plea to FIFA for the board to remain for at least 1 more year till 2023, citing legal litigations as the club disrupting the scheduled September 2022 elections. It is believed that Pinnick, using his close ties at FIFA, has made an application to the football governing body for an extension of the tenure of the current board. If this goes through, it implies there will be no election this year, as inroads are already being made at FIFA to see that this happened. So, right from time, there were rumors flying around that Pinnick wanted a tenure extension, but severally at different fora, he came out to deny it. But, they say there's no smoke without fire, but right now, clearly, he has come out now to actually show that actually I need a tenure extension, and he wants to go through about that through the back door.
Alpha, if you remember vividly, first and foremost, Pinnick first said that he's not interested in the third term, having secured his position in the FIFA Council. He's not interested in his third position. And if you remember, there's one of our episodes, one of our editions, and you say that when Mr. Obi Ogbe said that he would like Pinnick to continue as the president of NFL, that we need somebody who is in FIFA at the same time to be at the helm of football. And I say, well, the campaign for tenure extension and has started. Pinnick is behind this, but he come out to deny this. So now having seen clearly that yes, he cannot secure the third term agenda being because of a lot of code against it. Just like say he's trying to get it the third term through the back door. And that is why I don't blame some certain people who are calling Nigeria a banana republic, in as much as I don't want to use that word to describe Nigeria as a banana republic. I believe Nigeria is a sovereign nation, but I don't. Sometimes because of some indices and some of the attitudes of the dwellers of the citizens, you tend to agree to some of these who are referring to the country as a banana republic, because we are in the country whereby those at the helm of affair choose which court order to obey and which order not to obey. When he shoots them, they say there's a court injunction. But when he didn't shoot them, they say who's court held to the court order. So what Pinnick and his crew and his colleagues at the NFF are relying on, there's a board member of Nimbe City a club in Bayelsa State,
Yeah.
went to court to challenge the election of Pinnick, that that election was not properly held, and because of that election, so there was an order in place that no Congress of NFL should be held. And since they couldn't hold the Congress, they had tried on that one, and because of that court order, they cannot go on with election.
Yeah,
but this is why and then was that if there's a court order against you, but the same court order didn't prevent you from running, from parading yourself as a president of Nigeria.
Exactly.
Because one day the prayer of the plaintiff was that you were not properly elected. So if there's a court order, if there's a court order against them, we are only obey the one that you say that you shouldn't hold a Congress, you shouldn't hold it. But the one that against you not to properly, at the court, are not properly, that one is not, it doesn't concern you.
Exactly.
So we are in the court where people always choose what will be and not what will be. So, but I believe, and at the same time, even if you see, if in the story here that even the federal government are kicking against the move, so it's just like in a situation whereby a father, his child wanted to do what he wanted to do, and instead of the father to call the child to order, the father can always grumble, sitting at the back grumbling. So when they fight, the federal government, whatever, they have all the might and all the strategy to call Pinnick and his school to order. You are only grumbling and they say no.
But I think what the FG is afraid of, it's easy for NFF to now shouting that FG is interfering in football. So I think FG is also trying to tread with caution so as not to be seen as interfering in this kind of a very sensitive issue.
It's just that I'm sorry to say this, it's just as we have people at the helm of affair now who don't really know how to go about certain issues and about certain things. We have trained this part in the past, and those who are the helm of affair know how to follow without attracting the wrath of FIFA. So if you are in charge at the government, use all the government apparatus and the government machinery legitimately, follow the legitimate process. People, either themselves, but people elect Pinnick. People put them there. So follow the right process. You still hold the knife and the stick, so you can deal with those people. Call those people and let those people follow the process. Why Lulu was removed from the office?
Exactly.
Was FIFA coming to intervene? Lulu was impeached on Sunday. On Sunday in the hotel. But because the stakeholders were in the hotel, but because the stakeholders who were involved because the people are the who want Lulu out, follow the right process using the people who are supposed to do the needful. They get Lulu removed. And the next thing FIFA has something to say. The same thing where even when Galadima was insisting that Galadima, even with all Galadima has everything at his disposal, take the election to Kano. And the election was held in Kano. But those are the helm of affair then follow the right process using the stakeholders and using the people who they forced Galadima to win the election and Galadima was removed. So if you really want as government, you still have the power, you still have the right channel to pass through without attracting, without following wrong foul of the FIFA rule.
We'll see how that pans out. I know this story will continue. There will be different things as it unfolds. We'll give you update of that. Away from that now to the Golden Eaglets, where Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, Sunday Dari, has congratulated the Golden Eaglets for picking up the ticket to next year's CAF Under-17 Nations Cup in Algeria. The Eagles beat their opponents, the Young Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, 3-1 in the semifinals of the WAFU B Under-17 tournament in Cape Coast, Ghana. So, just like we had hoped and predicted yesterday, the Super Eagles, Golden Eaglets.
The young Super Eagles, yes.
The
young Super
defeating
Eagles.
the Ivorians 3-1 in that. I mean, now in the final, and of course, that has given them a ticket to the Under-17 AFCON.
Yes, congratulations to Uduka Ibada and his coaching crew. And just like the Honorable Minister said, I think Nigeria seems to once again stamp his authority in the age competitions. And I believe pray that we should be able to take it to the senior level and dominate the senior level. The Under-21 won the same version of the WAFU last month. And here we are again, the Golden Eaglets are trying to follow the following step. And I see them winning the title. We see them winning the cup. I don't see anybody stopping them from winning the cup. And congratulations to them, and I believe that those players who are there will be able to grow up. Not just like we normally see. This is just winning is not the most. It's not the ultimate.
Yeah.
Winning is not the most important. What we just want to see is a developmental program, and one that the players who are playing at this level will grow to the rank and they will grow to the senior level and become a future star. And just like you address them, Super Eagles, and become the next Super Eagles of this country and to do the country. But that is the real ultimate, not to win the cup.
Yeah. I mean, just like you said, the ultimate is not winning the cup, but to transition
Into the
to the Super Eagles. And for Kyle Gabade, I mean, he has shown it over and over again that when it comes to youth football competitions, he alongside Ilerica, has shown that when it comes to youth development, they are always there. Now, do you if Nigeria makes it to the AFCON, do you really think we can win the AFCON, having not been participated there for how many years now?
I think it's let's take step by step.
Yeah.
One match at a match. Let's finish with the WAFU yet.
No, but we've qualified for the AFCON already.
Yes, we have qualified for the AFCON. So let's after the AFCON, after the WAFU Cup, the teams still have opportunity to come back home. Yes, Udukobad and his coaching crew still have opportunity to look at the team, what is needed to be removed and what is needed to be added. So and with Udukobad in charge, I definitely is somebody who doesn't want to accept anything. So definitely his job, or his target is not just to win the AFCON, to win the WAFU or to win the AFCON, but to get to the world level and prove. And once he improve, because on the several occasions where he get to the FIFA World Cup, he's always good as an assistant. But now he's in charge, so he definitely want to write his name on the gold medal as a winning as a gold medalist at the FIFA World level, and that's his target. And we pray that may God give him all the strength and everything needed. With the support of Nigerians and everybody, you definitely get there. So having play along as an assistant to win the gold medal. But this time, I think his target is to get to the FIFA World Cup level and win the gold. So winning, I have no doubt that they'll win this AFCON. I definitely get to the AFCON and qualify for the World Cup, qualify for the Under 17 World Championship, and then ultimately win the cup.
And truly, when you even look at these boys, looking at them from the screen above, you can see that they are actually very small boys.
I think we seem to get it right this time.
Yeah, exactly, because you can't false the ages. Actually, I mean, looking at them, these are very, very, very young kids, actually.
Even though sometimes picture can be deceptive, but
but
if you look at their age, looking at their face, and these are secondary school boys.
Exactly.
So I believe they seems to get it right this time around.
And of course, just like even before they went, when camping started, I remember Haruna and Unka were being asked how they're going to check on their ages. How about, and like I said, for him and Unka, they've been in this business for years. So it's not very difficult for them to know who falls within that age range. So you can't come there and deceive them and say this is your age, because they've been doing this for many years, and you can actually see that these boys actually fall within.
Right. At the same time, Udukong Badi, remember Udukong Badi led the Golden Eaglets that won the maiden
edition.
Then it was under 16 competition, So he led as a captain who won the maiden editions of the FIFA under 16 World Cup. So having played at that level and know what it is, I think he has all the energies and the tactic and the systematic what he needs to identify who fall within the category.
All right, that's that for the Golden Eaglets. At this point, we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, Sport Orbit continues.
Hey, at Last Word Podcast Studio, it is 1 year already. 1 year of making your day exciting with informative, educative, and entertaining programs. This 1 year with us, you have been following Arika Dehansi, Inside Nigeria, Morning Radio, Everyday Tori, Sports Orbit, and The Big Issue. Not leaving out the big interviews, special shows and coverage we have been showing daily. We say thank you for making Last Word Podcast Studio a huge success. We celebrate you because you have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right. Welcome back to Sports Orbit on Leadership TV. Well, away from that, now to some local league. So the rescheduled match week, 30 match in the MPFL between Lobby Stars and Niger Tornadoes will go down today. Recall that that match was disrupted as a result of unwarranted attack on the team in Kaduna when Lobby Stars actually traveled. Then Tornadoes had Kaduna off as their home, but that match had to be abandoned at some point and rescheduled, and which will take place today.
Yeah, and if you look at this match, it's very key important to the two sides. Both of them on the same 49. If I'm not mistaken, on the same 49 point, and still both of them, yes, they appear to be safe on the relegation zone, but they are still threatening because if they sleep with four matches to go, they have 4 matches to go. Them they still have 5 matches, but ultimately with 4 matches to go. So if they sleep, they will definitely switch down on the because the difference between them and those on on this relegation zone is just 2 points or 2 points. So they definitely need this match need this match. We want to get the result of this match to properly secure their or to be on the safer side, to secure their status on the league. For Lobby Stars, they'll definitely go all out. And at the same time, Niger Tornadoes was at home. This match Niger Tornadoes is supposed to be at home in this match, but before the first one was interrupted when Niger Tornadoes were at playing Kaduna, they adopted home. But in the LMC, in their own decision, say that okay, let the match be replayed in Jos, and then 2 of them are going for this 3 point now, and it's an opportunity for them to do. But if you're looking at the two sides head to head, in their last 5 matches, Lobby Star have always have an edge. We need 2 of these matches and have a 3 draw. But in the last 5 matches, Niger Tornadoes has never get a result, a favorable result against Lobby Star. So let's see how it's going to be. So it will be and Tango is a North Central derby. So it's a very titanic clash for the two sides. And this afternoon, and definitely those are the injuries already will definitely have something to watch out for today.
And of course, for Lobby Stars who are gradually pulling away far from relegation waters, a win in this match will be very crucial.
Including tonight too.
Exactly. But for Lobby Stars, the advantage they'll be playing at home.
They're not playing at home. Just it's not nobody's at
home.
Oh,
sorry. Okay. No, it's a neutral ground.
It's a
neutral ground. Okay.
So nobody's at that.
So nobody's at advantage. But still
so
looking at it.
Niger Tornadoes supposed to be presume a home team.
Yeah,
because this is their own match, a home team, but with because of the incident, they had that opportunity was taken away from them. So both of them have played on the neutral ground, and at the same time, the distance between Jos and Makurdi, at the same time, the distance between Jos and Niger is also not the same. So nobody will have an advantage of having their fans much fans better than.
But of course, you know that at the point it used to be Benue Plateau State, and Jos was the capital. So and Jos has always had a close affinity with Makurdi. So for Lobby Stars, I'm sure they will feel more at home than Niger Tornadoes.
Well, at the same time, if you go to Niger will tell you see them to also have a close tie with the Plateaus.
Right. Well, we know that it's going to be an interesting encounter, and we'll keep an eye on that one. And tomorrow, hopefully, we'll give you the result of that one. Now, on to our next coach, where former Super Eagles midfielder and ex-Super Eagles coach has been appointed new head coach of German club SV Strahlen. The appointment comes, he's actually signed a 1-year contract, and the last time he managed was a Eredivisie outfit for Tuna Sittard. Well, the club has confirmed, said, yes, Sunday Olise will be a new coach. A good 14 days ago, we had Strahlen Hoff as the president of the club, Herman Tekombo, was quoted. He said that was a good conversation in the last 24 hours. We were also able to discuss an employment contract until June 30th, 2023. So, once again, Olise back in the dugout as a coach.
Yeah, congratulations. We wish him well. going to get to a German side, a fourth division club.
Yeah.
So, and I believe it's an opportunity also for him to prove himself. The
Exactly.
last time he coached was in the Dutch club.
Prior to that, he was in a Belgium club. Yeah.
And even in the Dutch club, I think he proved his worth and he did well. So we also wish him well, and if he does well, who knows? From there, he can get a better offer.
Exactly, completely. Anyway, away from that now to some para sports where national para sports federations will hold their elections on the 15th of July 2022. The Director of Press and Public Relations, Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports, Mohamed Manga, announced this in a press statement. The press statement said Sport Minister Sunday Dari had dissolved boards of 7 para sports federations on Tuesday, March 8, 2022, after the expiration of their 4-year tenure on February 27, 2022. The federations that were dissolved are amputee football, para athletics, para powerlifting, para soccer, sitting volleyball, para swimming, and wheelchair basketball. So para elections also coming up. But when your tenure ends, do you still need a minister to dissolve the board before you know that your tenure is up?
And at the same time, when the tenure is end and you dissolve it, but you still need another 4 months.
Exactly.
For another election.
Exactly.
So these are some of the things we do in this country. We always run contrary to the rules.
So you just cut across
on the opposite side of what normally we need to do. The tenure of this board expire in February. Here we are in June.
Exactly.
The minister dissolved the board in March. Here we are in June, and now we are seeing that the election will be held in July. So why waiting for all this time before? And that means since that March where the board was dissolved, there was a vacuum. Remember we hold a national para sport recently in April. That means there was no board. Those federations has no board when they hold those national para sport. So these are some of the things that affect the administration of sports in this country.
Exactly.
There's no need to build a vacuum. So we need, and most importantly, disabled people who always need people to manage their affairs.
Exactly. I mean, and that's one of the issues. I mean, we'll keep an eye on that one and see how it pans out. Away from that now to the National Athletics Championship, which will start in Benin City on Friday, where Ekwevo, Onwuzurike, and others will be seeking their first national title. For the likes of Toby Amuson and Chikwe Buka, they've been used to this terrain, but for the likes of Ekwevo and Onwuzurike, this will be their first time to actually challenge and hope to win a national title.
Yeah, I wish them well. And for those guys, I think for those guys yes, they are going for a national title, but like a few of them have also already hold a World African record and African titles and even a World Youth Championship title. But for coming to Nigeria to win, talking of Nigerian title, this is the first time they are competing to ensure that they have a national title. And we wish them well. I think I can't wait to be in Benin if the opportunity granted, because this is where we are going to see our future athletes. And if this will define if we are going to Commonwealth Games, if we are going to succeed in the Commonwealth Games, we're definitely going to see what will happen. What will happen in Benin will give us a clear view of our chances in the Commonwealth Games.
Absolutely. That competition starts on Friday, and a whole lot of stars will be competing to secure qualification to the Commonwealth and also the upcoming World Athletics Championship later in the year. Down to some World Cup news where FIFA is actually working with some sports football federations in that country to identify the best way to shine light on the plight of migrant workers in the host nation, Qatar. Recall that even during when the stadium was being built, and that was one of the reasons why some European and Western powers initially were completely against staging of this World Cup in Qatar because of human rights abuses. So many, because they use a lot of migrants to build those facilities, but they were being subjected to all kinds of inhuman treatment. Exactly. So FIFA is urging federations to see how they can help to at least throw more light on what is happening in Qatar.
It's not about the FIFA.
Exactly.
And I believe that. And this is one of the things that caused Joseph Blatter
exactly.
FIFA.
Because the process wasn't even too transparent.
Awarding that World Cup to Qatar. Yes, Qatar is rich enough to host the World Cup, but a lot of people, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 60% of the whole global kick against that one. But FIFA still went ahead to award that World Cup to Qatar against the I think US beat them, US and even England also beat them to hold the World Cup. But he Blatter and his team awarded that World Cup to Qatar, and since then it has been one crisis to another. Now, because of this, FIFA has to alter his own calendar.
Exactly. Now we are having the World Cup in November.
Now we were supposed to be in the World Cup proper now. June, in summer. This is where we normally hold the World Cup. Now FIFA has to alter his alter his calendar to ensure to accommodate that World Cup in November. Contrary to traditional traditional schedule of holding the World Cup in the summer. So a lot of things, and if you just like you say, the migrant issue has been all along issues. So and the Qatar, the Arabians who do have those Qatar should have to understand that we are all human beings.
Exactly. It's our final story before we leave, talking about cycling, where 54 Nigerian cyclists have intensified training ahead of the African Championship. President of the Cycling Federation, of the Cycling Federation of Nigeria, Domenico Masari, says 52 athletes are already in camp undergoing rigorous final trials selection ahead of the Africa Cup Track Cycling Championship. He told newsmen in Abuja that the trials will help in selecting those to represent Nigeria in the competition juniors and elite categories. The championship, which in its second edition will be in the male and female categories, due to begin on July 14th to 17th at the Moshood Abiola Stadium. So, for cycling, also trials ongoing to qualify for other bigger international competitions.
Yeah, and at the same time, that's why I think the Cycling Federation needs some level of accommodation. The current board of Cycling Federations in the last 4 years, before the expiration, and now the same president Mashari get re-elected for the second term. It appeared that yes, we are gradually coming up in the game of cycling, and they need some level of accommodations. But even in the recent time, we are beginning to hold it. Now we are talking of hosting the second edition of the African Championship. We hosted the first one. Now we are talking of hosting another one because we have one of the best velodrome in West Africa. A whole lot of people have come to Nigeria for velodrome, have all the comedians have
and it's not really been put to use.
One of the best in the world.
And it hasn't really been put to use like that.
If you even remember during the 2014 and 2013, they were doing the Jonathan's admission to the extent that place was even turned to for storage of stuff. For storage of stuff. So, and if you come to a level that you have to even award it to a church for it's being used for a church program. But it's thank God and good that this the President Board of Cycling Federation are beginning to get things right and in line with what the Ministry of Youth and Sport are also doing. Ensure that velodrome is being properly put to proper use. And now we're having the cycling, and now we are hosting African Championship. Exactly. I think this is a good combination. For me, it's a good. They are doing well.
Exactly. Anyway, that's that for cycling, and with that, we have come to today's episode of Sports Orbit. Like we said earlier, today is our first year anniversary, and we hope that in the next. In the following year, as we go into our second year, also you continue to stay with us. I know we have very loyal viewers on this program, and we promise to continue to give you fresh, exciting, and very current and interesting news, sports stories as they come out. Salifu, thank you for being in the studio once again on this special anniversary edition.
Thank you, Alpha. I can't thank you, Les, for always having me in the last 1 year on this particular episode of Sport Orbit, in this particular show, Sport Orbit. And I believe, yes, we may not have meet all your targets, but at least we promise to improve and get better and better as we move into the second years of the program.
Yeah. All right, that's where we draw the curtain on today's episode. I remain your host, Alpha Acho. Stay safe out there, and it's bye-bye from here.
Hey, at Lastford Podcast Studio, it is 1 year already. 1 year of making your day exciting with informative, educative, and entertaining programs. This 1 year with us, you have been following Harika Dehansi inside Nigeria, morning radio, everyday story, sports updates, and the big issue. Not leaving out the big interviews, special shows and coverage we have been showing daily. We say thank you for making Last Word Podcast Studio a huge success. We celebrate you because you have the last word.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.